hi guys, I'm Hammer 2003, making this video in response to the recent turnaround from Microsoft on the Xbox One about its DRM policies, and talk to you a little bit about that. If you don't know about it, try and give you some information, maybe spark up a bit of conversation. So feel free to drop some comments in the section below. First time I've done this kind of video, so bear with me a little bit strange to me, that's for sure. If the sound's a bit echoey, it's because I'm in my kitchen, yeah, it's just because that's the best place to put the camera for the moment. So yeah, that's a little bit about what the video will contain, and basically it's the console war. You know, the console war is back on between Sony and Microsoft, or is it? That's the point, is it? I'm going to go through some of the points, and these have been officially released on the Xbox website, and yeah, you know, they've had a complete turnaround with the DRM. The main points are: you no longer need to be always online. There is no need for the 24-hour check-in service. So that means that if you're, I don't know, work for the forces and you're away, the guy who's in the nuclear sub, he'll be happy. You no longer have to have any internet connection except for the first initial registration, which is quite normal for a lot of products and services. So you know, that's a great turnaround. You no longer have to check in. Obviously the biggest thing is that the discs themselves, if you buy a disc in the shop, then you will be able to lend to your friends. You'll be able to sell them on, presumably, on eBay, take them down to your local game or GameStop if you're in America. And yeah, so that's a massive turnaround. It's one of the biggest things that disappointed people most about the Xbox One. Downloaded games will now function as normal offline. So you'll still be able to play your downloaded games offline, obviously on that console only. Well, I guess it would make sense, the same as it has been on the Xbox 360, and that's a good thing, without a doubt. Apparently, and this is rumour because this part I've heard of, but it hasn't been confirmed on the Microsoft website, that region locks are going to be removed. I don't know how much that affects me personally. It probably doesn't, to be fair, and I don't know if it affects you guys. Maybe it does, but that is just a rumour at the moment. I think the point is it too little too late? It may be. Microsoft with the Xbox One and the DRM showed themselves to be very, very greedy, and very money hungry. The problem with that is a lot of people shifted to PS4 and their allegiances changed. The thing is, with the turnaround, what they've done is they've shown that they've been greedy. They've recognised it. They've seen that they're going to lose a lot of sales because of the DRM features that are in place, and then gone backwards on it. I think that betrays a lot of people's trust. Let me know how you feel. It's certainly something for me that I feel a little bit wary. The reason for that is I kind of know a little bit about business, not a huge amount, but with corporate strategies, they would have had big meetings beforehand, all the senior level at Microsoft and Xbox, and they would have agreed projections. They'd have said, right, we're going to ship, we're going to sell 1 million units in the first week worldwide, maybe more, maybe less, I don't know. And this is how much we're going to make, and this is our profits that we foresee. They're going to forecast profits. The problem with that is, now with the DRM turnaround, they're going to lose that guaranteed income of what they've projected, because in my mind they've seen that they've got this fantastic console, everyone's going to buy it on the back of the 360's popularity, and then with the new console, you have to buy new games each and every time. You can't sell them, so people will be buying new fresh games direct from whichever outlet for each individual game. Now they're not going to get that, so in my mind, how are they going to make those profits back up? And that means that they may be taking away the DRM that has angered so many people, but the problem is, how are they going to make that profit up? Are they going to make that profit back up? Are they just going to go, oh, it's okay, well, we'll just make less money than projected? I don't know that they will. My concern is that they'll find other ways in which to get the money from us, the customers, the gamers. So I mean, how many people are now too turned off by the Xbox in general to actually bother going back? The thing is, it should be quite simple. Gamers just want a game. People say gamers are lazy. I don't know if that's so much a truth, but one thing's for sure: you don't want to keep on swapping backwards and forwards. I currently have a deposit on both consoles, mainly because I pre-ordered the Xbox One first off, and then after learning about all the DRM, went down to my local game, said I want a PS4, deposit on that. I said I'll have my money back from the Xbox One. The guy said, oh, hang on a minute, because you can actually on the day decide which console you want and use both deposits for one console. So I've actually kind of got my eggs in both baskets, but not everyone's going to be able to do that. I certainly will go one way or the other. Obviously, because of your YouTube channel, I want to keep you guys happy, and whichever console seems to be the best is the one I'm going to follow, really, for you guys, as well as for myself, obviously. Personally, I do wonder if this still leaves the option for developers to stop you trading and sharing games. This is what they said initially about, we just put the system in place and it's up to developers to do that. Well, okay, that's fine. And now you've backtracked. Does that mean that it still is within the publisher's role to do that? Personally, I don't like online access codes for games and things like that. However, that's a preferred evil, if you will, against the possibility that a publisher could then say, no, we don't want our game resold, it's not for resale. And they haven't really clarified on that point, which is a bit of a concern. But time will tell. Hopefully, as we get closer to launch, then those details will come out. Personally, my confidence in the Xbox One has been completely shaken. I don't know where I stand with Microsoft. I don't know really how Microsoft and Xbox really view their customers and consumers, and what their actual goal is. Obviously, they want to continue to make money. They want to continue doing the great things that the Xbox 360 provided in terms of what money it brought in, but it's kind of shown them to be very, very greedy, as I said before. The problem is they need to now convince people that the PS4 is a less favourable console. Don't forget that the PS4 is still going to be, in England, £80 cheaper, or in America I think $100 cheaper than the Xbox One. Well, why would I still, if the Xbox One and the PS4 now have the same DRM rights with lending and sharing games and internet check-ins and things like that, why would I then go back to the Xbox One? There needs to be a reason for me. The only reason is that you can spend more and get a camera that personally I feel that hardcore gamers don't give a rat's ass about the camera. They don't want to be prancing around their front room or doing gestures and all this, that and the other, and facial recognition to log in and all that crap. Really, it's just free crap. We just want to sit down with a controller and game. One thing that does please me is that with controllers, and controllers are important, the Xbox One controller looks absolutely amazing. It looks sexy as hell, and plus the vibrating triggers, the feedback triggers, that I think is going to be an amazing experience and quite a unique sensation. When you're aiming down the sights in Call of Duty, Battlefield, whatever, and you pull the trigger and you feel the pulses from the kickback and the recoil. That idea is absolutely amazing. Whereas the PS4's controller is naff. But that's a minor point, really, if the console's not going to be that much better than the PS4. To be honest, it's something I could live without, although it's something I'd like. One point of concern that I have in the turnaround, I am very tempted, by the way, to refer to the Xbox One as the Xbox 180 now. A friend of mine last night online mentioned the term Xbox 180 because of the complete turnaround and Uturn that they've done, and I think that may well stick. So maybe Microsoft, you should change the name of your console. Who knows? But anyway, on the official statement on the Xbox Microsoft website is this, and I quote, "These changes will impact some of the scenarios we previously announced for Xbox One." And it goes into no more detail. It's a bit of a bite back at people's frustrations with the console, I feel, because it's kind of like, okay, you want the DRM features removed, but just so you know, we're going to remove some other stuff because we feel we have to incorporate your wants. Why? Why do we have to compromise? I don't know that we should. And what does that mean? It's so ambiguous, it's unreal. It's kind of left very open to interpretation, and I don't know how to interpret that. There's a very key point in the statement, and it's literally one sentence and then moves on to something else. So what features are we going to lose because of this DRM turnaround? And because of the trust has been betrayed, and everyone's expectations have been blown out of the water initially, it kind of makes you think, whoa, what's going on here? What's going to happen? What are you removing? What are you changing? You know, it may be nothing, but then again it may be something, and again, because that trust has been betrayed slightly, it leaves it open to your own wild imagination. The only thing I do know for sure is that Xbox has betrayed the gamers' trust, and it's not as easy as it now was, or as easy as it should be. At the end of the day, it should be a simple case of buying a console that looks great. They built an amazing reputation. You know, Xbox 360 for social interactivity and ease of gaming was so much better than PS3s, or is so much better than PS3s. My only concerns with PS3 are the PSN network. I did have a PS3 for a long time, then switched over to 360 a few years ago, and not looked back since. I love it. Let's just hope that they don't muck it right up. At the end of the day, we just want games. We want to enjoy our games, in the same way that we have been. We just want better games. But, you know, time will tell. Anyway, depending on the success of this video, I might do some more discussional ones. I hope my face hasn't freaked you out too much. And, well, I hope I haven't said too much, because I know I do. It's really annoying, but it's hard to cut out in a video like this. So just, I'll get better, I'm sure, as I get more used to it. Anyway, like I said at the beginning, leave your comments in the section below. Really appreciate you if you subscribe if you're a first time browser or if you see my videos. You know, I upload a lot of different stuff. Don't know what the dance is for. Yeah, this is kind of weird because I am stood in my kitchen talking to a camera. But yes, give it a thumbs up as well if you like the video. Hopefully not thumbs down, but hey, you know, people do. Take it easy, guys.